In this video, we'll talk about centralized, decentralized, and distributed systems. This video will have a very high-level information about these three topics. And if you're looking at, if you are looking for a detailed information about these systems, you will be able to see the links just above here or here when the topic is going on. Because, for example, if I'm talking about centralized system, you'll see a link on here, and you can pause this video, watch that, and come back here. Let's move into the details. So what is a centralized network or centralized system? A centralized system is, in a typical way, if I have to explain, most of us are using IRCTC, the railway reservation system. So what happens now is, whether you're booking a reservation from your phone or laptop, or maybe if you're going to the railway station, you're booking. So the data is coming from a central server, and you're accessing from a different nodes, different channels. The data is still going towards, and data is retrieving from the central server. So this is how the centralized system work. The data is controlled from a single location. There's no copies available. Data is always saved and retrieved from the single location. Now let's talk about the decentralized system. So in the case of decentralized, the data which is stored or retrieved from the server can be copied into multiple servers. So the best example is, say I have a server in Mumbai, and I'm uploading an image onto the AWS server, the S3 server typically. And what AWS does is, it's going to copy this into a different location. It could be, let's say, NYC, or maybe this is on London. So the same image is being copied to these distributed servers. And people, let's say if I'm from India, if I'm accessing this image, I get the image from Mumbai location. People living in London, if they're like, if I send an image to them, if I send a URL to them, when they click on the URL, they will be getting the image from London, similar to that one. People from New York, they'll be seeing the image from the New York server. So what happens now is, the data synchronized between the servers, and based on the location which is the nearest to you, you get the data from the nearest server. The data is still controlled by the single company here. So whether in the case of centralized, one company is controlling. In case of decentralized, still one company, in this case Amazon, is controlling the entire data. Now let's talk about distributed. So in case of distributed, the data is synced across all the nodes. So the moment I upload an image in the same example, the image is going to be replicated across all the servers. So there's always a link between the servers, and the data is always, let's say, there should be always link between the participating nodes. If the link is missing, it's not distributed. So yeah, so ideally, sorry about my drawing skills. So in case of distributed network, you are able to access that particular asset from anywhere in the nodes. The difference between centralized and decentralized is that in case of decentralized, in case of distributed systems, each participating node can either accept or reject, right? So they are participating. This is like, I can own, this is Ram is owning, or maybe this is Sam, or this is maybe Bob, it could be Alice, it could be Steve, it could be Adam, etc., etc., right? So in this case of a distributed network, I'm going to put some female names, so Sita. In case of a distributed system, each participant, each server has rights to store or not to store the information. So they're not just storing the data, but they have control on that particular server. In the difference between decentralized and distributed is that decentralized is still owned by one company, whereas distributed is owned by any number of people. So in this case, all these people are owning that node and they're still participating in a single network. See, yeah, that's it. It's a very simple explanation. And as I said, if you're looking at the detail, just go back to the links above and you will learn in detail about each and every topic. Thank you so much for watching my video, and if you're not subscribed, do subscribe, and I'm looking forward to give you more and more useful information so that you can grow in the IT as well as the blockchain space. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.